The rival between two of rap music's biggest stars, Drake and Kendrick Lamar, is entering a dramatic new chapter. Drake's company has filed 2 legal actions accusing Universal Music Group, which represents both of the artists, of defamation and illegally boosting Lamar's viral song that targeted Drake, Not Like Us. Lawyers for Drake allege UMG enacted a scheme to, quote, artificially inflate that song. Here to help us unpack it all, NBC News entertainment correspondent Chloe Melas and NBC News legal analyst Danny Savalos. Chloe, I want to start with you. Of course, we should note that Universal Music Group is not part of NBC Universal, but for those who forget, remind us how this all came to be. Where is this beef stemming from?
Well, this beef goes back, Clay, years. I mean, it dates back as far back as 2013. They've been putting these diss tracks out against one another, and they used to be friends. I mean, they used to collaborate. They did music together, and then things went really south, and then things reached a fever pitch over the summer. But this is just this massive breaking point, and music fans, it's all they can talk about. Looks like the beginning of a lawsuit. I'll let Danny weigh in on that, but this is a petition from Drake's legal team saying that Universal Music Group, which, by the way, both these artists are part of Universal Music Group, which is the irony there, that UMG took part in illegal practices to promote Kendrick Lamar's summer hit, Not Like Us, that they used bots, that they used pay-to-play tactics known as payola to artificially enhance his hit, that it supposedly was a Billboard Hot 100 #1 hit for weeks on end, but that really UMG did this in a deceiving manner. And I just want to point out that Universal Music Group says that we employ the highest ethical practices in our marketing and promotional campaigns, and that this is completely not true. And we're also waiting to hear back from Kendrick Lamar. But this feud has reached a whole nother level.
Well, let's talk about the legality for a minute. Danny, I do want to bring you in here and take these claims one at a time, starting with those allegations of illegally boosting that diss track, Not Like Us. Is that illegal if it is happening? And does it matter that the company represents both artists here?
It could be. Just because it's not illegal in the sense that it may not violate a criminal statute, it could potentially violate, for example, New York's False Advertising Act, New York's Deceptive Business Practices Act. It could just be generally tortious. It could be something that unlawfully or intentionally interferes with existing contracts. A creative pleader can allege all kinds of different tort violations. Those are civil wrongs as opposed to criminal wrongs. This is going in the civil direction, and it may even include allegations of civil, not necessarily criminal, civil RICO, the same kind of tortious interference with contracts that civil RICO provides damages for.
And Danny, what about Drake's defamation claims? He's not actually taking action, notably against Kendrick, at least not yet, but the music label is who he's targeting. He says the company knew Kendrick was, quote, falsely accusing him of being a sex offender. Those were some things that came up in lyrics of songs. So how could those claims hold up legally?
Yeah, what we're looking at today in New York and Texas, these are not lawsuits. They are essentially, and I've filed these in New York dozens of times. What you do is you think you have a case against some defendants, but you want to get some discovery to find out who the real bad guys are. It's possible that the 2 named respondents here that we're talking about may not end up being defendants at all, although I think that's highly unlikely. I think they will. But the point is, just because somebody isn't a defendant, a named defendant in this petition, doesn't mean at all that they won't end up being a named defendant ultimately in a civil complaint for damages. What we're looking at now, these petitions, they're not for damages. They're only for asking the court to say, hey, freeze all these documents, give us some of these documents, whether or not you end up suing these guys.
And we're still waiting to hear from Kendrick as well. Chloe Melas, Danny Savalos, thank you both.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.